now. Raise up, cause you can't have it back. You say I ain't never got.
Ice Cube is here with us. I'm Barbara Nevins, and I'm talking via satellite from our Atlanta bureau, where Ice Cube is sitting mic'd up. Ice Cube.
Yes.
Sue from Illinois asked why people are picking on you. Why do they pick on black artists when, say, the heavy metal artists advocated all sorts of weird things anyway? Why do you think people are picking on you?
Well, you know, a lot of people don't take the time to follow Ice Cube's career and understand what Ice Cube's about. You know, I'm a young black man with very strong views, and I'm not the only one that hold these views about the system. I'm made in America, and what happens is they like to call me racist, but in fact, I'm the victim of racism. I'm just reacting to the system's racism, and how could you justify by calling me a racist when I'm just a victim?
You know, it's interesting, if you listen to your lyrics, some of them advocate staying apart from white people. You have one song where you talk about castrating white men who sleep with black women. What's that all about?
No, I'm talking about it's a metaphor for raping our people, not only physically, but of our mind, our identity, our religion, our culture, our freedom. That's what it is. And when I say that 400 years ago, Uncle Sam went over and raped the motherland, Africa, of their people, that's what I call rape.
You know, I have trouble because I see the anger out there. I feel the anger directed at me as a white person.
You
Very
see,
specifically.
Excuse me, you see the anger, but you don't understand the anger. That's the problem.
Okay.
People don't take time. People think that, you know, the 60s, that we got all the rights that we need and everything is all right. No, you can't give me a wound and just throw a Band-Aid over it. You gotta heal the wound, and then we're able to stand as brothers. But by you just giving me a Band-Aid for a gunshot wound is not gonna do it.
And that's metaphorical, because what you were really saying as just you giving me my alleged rights, suddenly I can't recover. Is that what you're saying?
We lost 400 years of teaching, of schooling, of any kind of knowledge of our culture. And we're right now in the process of getting that back through rap music.
Okay, Cube, let's just go forward with that. Let's just take it to the next step possible. Let's say I understand. Let's say I really do stop to understand. Let's say I stop to understand and millions of other Americans stop to understand. What do we do next? Is there a future for us together without the anger, and how do we do that? Whites, blacks, Asians, Native Americans?
Of course, but it's most definitely on the system.
Well, forget the system for a minute, because that's like something that I can't deal with. I can deal with you as a person. I don't know what the system means.
Well, I have to deal with the system, and in most parts, the people I deal with are in the system. I'm not talking about the guy next door to me who might be a great guy. You know, I'm not angry with that person. Anybody that's down with the struggle and with what Ice Cube is trying to get out and trying to make people listen and understand our hurt, our pain, our cries, I'm down with that. But just understanding ain't enough. What are you gonna do?
So, over the last 4 days, the Democratic National Party held a convention. A lot of people, you know what I mean, getting up there and talking, and, you know, everybody really, you know, eating it up, you know, throwing their hands in the air like they just don't care damn near. So it's you know, what I didn't hear is what's in it for us? What's in it for the black community besides the same old thing we've been getting from these parties? What's in it for us, for real? You know, I didn't hear anybody mention a contract with Black America. And I don't know why, because it's one of the most comprehensive reform documents that's come about in a long time that could really address the problem. The way it look, they don't have a plan. everybody's, talking about get Trump out, get Trump out, get Trump out. If you vote, that's going to happen on the first day. So now what? Trump out, now what? What? What do we get in the first 100 days? That's what we're trying to figure out. What do we actually get that they could give us overnight like that? They just pulled $3 trillion out their ass and gave it to their friends. That's American taxpayer money. That's your money that they just gave away. And then there's 42% of black businesses closing. None of that money. Where's our fucking bailout? Where's the bailout? Not the PPP loan that they didn't give us. Where's the bailout? I don't want to hear about deficit. I don't want to hear about what our generations gonna have to pay. Because if we don't have shit, they ain't gonna have shit anyway to pay nothing. So we got to start something right now. Democrats don't seem like they got a plan. Republicans don't seem like they got a plan for us. So how the hell you gonna vote for them? Make them earn that vote. They can start today. They ain't got it yet. They can start today. Make their ass earn that vote, man. Stop playing with these people, and they'll stop playing with you.
Minister Louis Farrakhan, who has received what I consider to be unfair criticism through the years, but he's important to me. And the reason he's important to me is because I think that if you go back to the Joe Biden, Bill Clinton crime bill and what that did to decimate the black community, war on drugs, everything else, so many guys dead or in prison, I feel like the world is waiting for the black man to reemerge, and this is one of the reasons why I was so impressed and really just proud of what you're doing, man, because I think that the community will rise when the black man rises. And I feel like Minister Louis Farrakhan is one of those men that represents something special for black men that we can hold on to. And I just will defend that to the death. I don't care. They can call him anti this, whatever. That's bullshit to me. Can you speak to what Farrakhan and just the idea of us as black men, the importance of our role in this whole process? I mean, we're kind of fucking up the apple cart right now. Like, they mad at us because we're not going for the. Speak to that a little bit, the minister as well as the role of black men in all of this.
Well, to me, it's really all about the positive messages that the minister has been giving out for years, as far as us cleaning up, getting off them drugs, getting off that alcohol, taking care of our women better, just doing things to stand up straight. The world won't accept us until we stand up straight. Walking to the world, with pants, they don't want us gangstered out. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna work. So we gotta burn this candle at both ends, so to speak, meaning as we push the government to do things right by us, we gotta start doing things right by us. And that's the, overwhelming message that Minister Farrakhan pushes to the people. Some people are upset with other messages, that they may consider anti-Semitic. I'm not supporting any kind of division. You know what I'm saying? I think we should support bringing people together. So that's really what I'm on is like, what can we do to bring people together? And some people don't want to see us together. We got to accept that too. We got to accept the fact that some people don't want us together and some people just want to see us apart. And we can't buy into that. And we can't let people pick our heroes for us either. To me, there's only a few people out there speaking for black people and trying to get us to be stand-up human beings, respectable human beings, And Minister Farrakhan is one of those. That's why I support him.
We'd love to have you work in the fields with us.
Work in the field.
That's part of that. That's
Senator. I'm a house nigga.
no.
I just want to know two questions. What made you think that it was cool to say that?
You know, I just...
That's one question.
I just explained. There was no thought put into it. Obviously, I was telling Dr. Dyson, comedians, they react. And it was wrong, and I apologized. And, you know, more than that, I can't do.
I accept your apology, but I still think we need to get to the root of the psyche, because I think it's a lot of guys out there who cross the line because they a little too familiar, or they think they too familiar, or it's guys that, you know, they might have a black girlfriend or two that made them some Kool-Aid every now and then, and they think they can cross the line, and they can't. You know, it's a word that has been used against us. It's like a knife, man. And you can use it as a weapon or you can use it as a tool. It's been used as a weapon against us by white people. And we're not gonna let that happen again by nobody, because it's not cool. Now, I know you heard it's in the lexicon, everybody talking, but that's our word now. That's our word now. And you can't have it back. I know they trying to get it back. This guy, and I'm not talking about you, Bill. I'm not talking about you, Bill.
Okay.
But I'm talking about guys who cross the line every day because they got some black homies, they got some friends, they think it's cool. And it's not cool, because when I hear my homies say it, it don't feel like venom. When I hear a white person say it, it feel like that knife stabbing me, even if they don't mean it. 12 years old.
Let me ask you this. There's been a lot of stuff about the state of the world, about the state of America. Where do you see things right now?
I think, you know, people are very polarized in all kind of ways. People are afraid to speak out because of the cancel culture that we have today. So I just think, you know, people are afraid and they're running to their corners, you know.
In a way, it is a cancel culture. It behaves like that.
It does, because it makes not only the person that's getting canceled, they're trying to shut them up, but anybody's watching now, they shut up because they say, if it can happen to this guy, it can happen to me. So by smashing somebody who says something that you might not like and canceling them, it actually reverberates throughout the whole community, and everybody now is watching what they say all the time.
Well, see, what's the answer to this? Because I think it's crazy that in a democracy like the United States, like the United Kingdom, that people are too frightened to speak their mind, to say what they think. What do we do about this?
I think you say what you want to say, and to hell with the consequences. You got to be willing to fight for your rights and fight for what you believe in. And if you're a person who believes in freedom of speech, you have to fight and say what you feel and let the chips fall where they may, and stand on that. And, you know, it may not be an easy road, but I think you feel better about yourself when you say what needs to be said at the time it needs to be said, and not afterwards, where you go home and think, I should have said this when that guy was there, or when I was there, I should have said that and I didn't.
Well,
that haunts you more.
You can definitely say what the hell you like on this show. It's called Uncensored for a reason.
Well, that's why I'm here, man. You know.
It's this about every year or two, I read some story about you, and the subtext is always the same, which is, you know, stay in your lane.
I wouldn't be here if I stayed in my lane. I just never wanted to have that life. You know, I never wanted to be controlled.
How many times have you been pulled aside by people who are trying to control you?
What they usually do is go talk to people that's in, you know, my circle, and try to get them to try to convince them that they need to convince me that I need to take a different position. So that's kind of how I get it.
On what topics?
It's been on, the vaccine.
The Hollywood Reporter says actor Ice Cube is saying no to a $9 million payday because he won't say yes to the COVID vaccine. The actor and rapper was set to co-star in a new comedy, Oh Hell No, alongside Jack Black. But when producers requested all cast members get a COVID vaccine, Ice Cube backed out.
Why wouldn't you take the vax? You had a direct order to take it. You were told to take it.
Yeah, I'm not real good with direct orders, but on a whole nother note,
but it was a command.
They
told you. I mean, they couldn't have been clearer about it.
Yeah, it was pretty clear. Did you take it?
Of course not.
Yeah, no. It wasn't ready, It was 6 month, kind of rush job. And I didn't feel safe.
But they told you you were safe.
I know what they said. I know what they said. And I heard them. I heard them loud and clear. But it's not their decision. There's no repercussions if they're wrong. But I get all the repercussions if they're wrong.
Was it a tough call for you?
No, it wasn't a tough call. I wanted to be an example for my kids. Really make sure they didn't take it either. Show them that I wanted to stand on my convictions and that I was willing, to lose $9 million and more, because we've probably lost more, since then.
The idea is that people who stand on their convictions are heroes. They're brave. They have principles. They're the people we look to for inspiration. But in this case, with this decision and these principles, you were not hailed as a hero.
No.
You were attacked.
So why won't you get the vaccine, man?
Hey, look, man, I'd just rather be myself than take that vaccine like you other 3 billion bozos.
I never told anyone not to get vaccinated publicly. That was never my message to the world. I didn't even want people to know whether I got vaccinated or not. I was pretty upset that even came out, because I was just gonna quietly, just not take it and deal with the consequences as they came.
Do you know anyone who was injured by the vaccine?
I do, and they suffer every day, and it's hard to watch. Suffering in silence is not the answer all the time. Sometimes you gotta let people know what's going on so you can actually move the needle. Choose to be vocal. If it's true, why can't I say it?
Well, you can't say it because it is true.
There it is. Now that's the problem with the world today.
There's no penalty for lying. No one's ever punished for lying. It's only telling the truth that gets you in trouble.
Ain't that something?
That's true.
Yeah, that is so true.
Thinking something is not a crime. Saying it is not a crime. You know what I mean? So I just tell what's real.